Hey YouTube, Mark Coffman here, and today I have a new knife to show you. And this knife, I have to say, was a real spur of the moment purchase. I did not expect to buy this knife. I did not expect to get this money for this knife. I mean, it was just kind of a hey, did a job. Hey, had some expendable cash. Hey, found this brand, really liked it, and I couldn't stop looking at them. And the curiosity just grew and grew and grew, and I just had to have one. And that is a Winkler knife. This was definitely a purchase that I just wasn't expecting. I just did not ever plan on buying a fixed blade knife. And for me personally, I am not a fixed blade kind of guy. I am mostly a folding knife kind of guy, or a traditional knife kind of guy. So for me personally, this was a big surprise, and I have to say I'm very happy I made the leap. So real quick, let's go over the box. The box is, well, essentially a cardboard box, but first off, the logo is pretty cool. You can see that there's a knife blade between the W and K. Pretty cool design right there. You get some foam in here, some extra hardware, which is great. This hardware here is probably spares or to shorten the sheath length or etc. I'll show you all that later. And then here is the thank you. I'll let you pause that and read. And then who assembled / inspected the knife. You also get a sticker. I'm not much of a sticker guy, but I appreciate it. And then here's some history on the company. And then here is the reverse side. So there's that, and then you get your booklet or sheath instructions. So this is basically on what you can do regarding carry. I am still experimenting on the carry ability of this knife, and I might be trying a few different things. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do and how I want to carry this knife. I'm not getting everything back in there. I really need to do that. So let's get all that in here so I don't damage it all. And finally put away. So finally, to the knife. Okay, so I ended up picking up the Blue Ridge Hunter. And this is, I would think, a mid-size fixed blade. I would consider it mid-size. And this has brown micarta handles. And this is an 80 CRV2 steel blade. So that's carbon steel, but this is one of the toughest steels you could probably use for a knife. And I mean, look at the stock. The stock is incredible. And then you have Winkler knives there. And then you have wonderful hand filed, not with a file, but hand dremeled, but it's done by hand. And this is incredible. So all of this here is actually done by hand. It is done by an artisan, I would say. And then the finishing of all the knives is done by absolute professionals. And all these knives are inspected and produced in the highest level. So that was one of the things that really drew me towards this knife. It's not a custom, but I would probably say this is a mid-tech. So these knives are assembled, built, ground. Everything is done by hand. The cutting and everything is done by machine or actually water jet, but the rest of it is mostly done by hand. So this knife is fantastic. I picked it up mostly because of the size. I was thinking about getting the belt knife, but that's a sizable knife. That's almost a 5-inch blade. This one is 4 inches. Really quick, since I have it out, let's compare it to a Sebenza. And you can see that blade length, okay, that's what we're talking about here. This equates to 4 inches. The Sebenza's a little bit smaller, but when it comes to handle and butt to butt there, very close in size, to be honest. So for me, I thought, well, I'm able to handle a Sebenza just fine and deal with that. So I should be able to deal with this proper. So this sheath is about, I think people value these around $100, to be honest, and rightly so. This sheath has Kydex in the middle, then I would say a felt interior, and then a leather exterior. And this thing is fantastic. Now, these knives are made really for professionals, bushmen, explorers, and sometimes military personnel. And to be honest, when you have that put into the sheath, you cannot hear it. I mean, minus my hands gripping it. When you pull this out, you're not going to hear it. It's just going to sound like a swift or a brush. It's not going to be a click. So it's beautiful. I mean, this thing is just gorgeous. Now, on the back, you actually get this double clip here, and I have not really figured out how I want to do this. Like, do I want to carry it maybe slanted or canted upwards, like this on my side? I really have not figured out how I want to carry it. To be honest, I've actually started carrying it either belt this way or belt this way, using this plastic here primarily because then it hugs closer to my body. I prefer that. I really found this clip to stand pretty far away, and it gives a lot of wiggle basically when it's on the belt, whereas when it's your belt slipped through here, it's not as much wiggle or give there. But this knife is, man, this thing is fantastic. I have actually been using it. I got it today and I've been using it. You can see that I have used it to cut a few things. I used this to strip some wire today. I mean, this thing is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I have done a lot with this knife today just to see what this steel's all about, and I'm just really happy with it. So I wanted to show you guys this new acquisition. I'm going to have a review out on it in a couple weeks, but you can already see after just a day of use that my Carta is already getting really nice, oil filled, and it's just so grippy. So I'll have a review out on this very soon, and I just wanted to show you guys my latest acquisition. So till the next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.